Good morning, everybody. Today's the day. All of Linda G's people and herself got there yesterday, and we are due to check in between 2 and 4 today. And so last night we spent the night here in Flagstaff, which is a beautiful place. My husband loves the mountains, and this is a great, nice, and cool place to stay. I'm really attracted to the rocks in the desert, but we'll see more of those today. So I'm going to be taping as we go down 89 from Flagstaff, Oak Creek Canyon, which I've only done once before, because most of the time that I've gone to Sedona, I've gone up from Phoenix to Sedona. This time when you go down from Flagstaff to Sedona, it's a nice winding trail with beauty and waterfalls, things like that. It's been a few years, but it's wonderful being able to show my husband these beautiful things that he has not yet seen. And even though we missed out on going to Grand Canyon because the North Rim was closed and the South Rim was just way out of the way for us, we have seen more than enough beautiful areas, which I have shown some to you. But you could spend, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours worth of video and you wouldn't be able to even give any kind of a good representation of the beauty that's here, really. And I knew that. The first time I was out here, not in Sedona, but in Arizona, was when I was 9 years old in 1964, and my family left our home in New Hampshire to move out west. And we drove across the country when nobody did those things. And we stopped and spent 2 weeks looking at everything as we went along the way. And when we got here, we went to Monument Valley and the Painted Desert and the Grand Canyon, all of those things. Later in 1999, I believe it was, I took my son and I was with my brother and my ex-husband, and we went to Grand Canyon. We went to Page, which I love Page. It's out of the way for us again this time. And also Glen Canyon and Oak Creek Canyon was when I first saw this ride into Sedona. So I do know that this retreat is outside of the city limits of Sedona by a number of miles, which makes it nice and remote. But you know, we'll still be driving through. I know it's very commercialized at this point. Everybody wants to enjoy the beauty and the spiritual feeling of the area, and so of course it's like a pilgrimage for many of us who feel it's like our Mecca, I guess is the best way to say it. If you were Muslim, you would be going to the Kaaba, and you would be taking a journey to Mecca and Medina. And for us, it's, you know, maybe it's Sedona and Santa Fe and other places like that. Everybody's different. Everybody has feels the energies differently and experiences what it is that is needed for their own soul's growth. But I don't know, I was so drawn to come, and I love road trips. We haven't been on a road trip for a long time. We were totally exhausted last night, however. It had been a full 3.5 days of driving. Well, not quite. We had to sit for like 15 to 16 hours while they fixed my car tire, which was fine, except it wasn't the best of circumstances. But not complaining. The fact that I can even come here, and last night I sat up very, very late in order to do my grading that is due by Sunday, because I'm going to be a little bit busy the next 4 days. So I got all of that done. That took forever. I've never had a vacation in the last 10 years without working at the same time. So that's why it's so easy for me to also include my YouTube. I find this so vital, and it's vital for me as a connection. And I know that there are those who will never get a chance to see some of these beautiful things. I do wish you could. I do hope you can, if that is your choice or your path. But I wanted to at least let you see what I saw and describe to you the beauty of, I guess, the four corners, which would include New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado, are unprecedented in our country, and not enough people from our country go to those states to go on vacation. Of note, most of my students that I've had in the past that have come over from Europe and China fly into San Francisco, rent a car or an RV, and they go throughout the Pacific Northwest into the Southwest, up through California, and they go home. They don't really tend to go to the middle states, and they really don't intend to go to the Boston area or the New York area unless they are students here, and then they'll take trips there. Interesting, when I've had students that were here studying from China, every break they would fly somewhere else. They'd go to Texas or they'd go to New York, because most of the time, if they were in fact even here, they had to come from fairly influential and wealthy families, or they wouldn't have been here to begin with. So, yeah, just a little tidbit of fun to share with you. Anyway, I think I've used up my 5 minutes of update time. I have bookmarked to present some information and some beauty of Oak Creek Canyon as we go down towards Sedona today. So I will catch up with all of you then. Have a beautiful day. And it was nice to see you this morning, Terry and Jane the Seeker, and everybody in the chat. Bye-bye, everybody.